Good morning, everyone. I am testing out new headphone, so everything's set up, sounds are different, so if all of a sudden I'm not loud enough or the game is too loud or not loud enough, let me know and we'll adjust the volumes. It's snowing outside, or it was snowing outside. Heck of a snowstorm yesterday. Good morning. In game too. Oh, that must be Farmer Joe. She's got the pink fields. Is that my plow? That's VRF plow. It's bigger. Mine's a smaller plow. What was I doing? What was I doing? Someone who was working on field 7. Was that me? Field 16. Hey VRF, welcome to the stream. How's my sound levels? I think I was working on field 16. I think I was plowing it. Oh, that's a contract I was doing. Oh yeah, I was doing field 7 too. Aha. Okay, Farmer Joe's right. Oh, someone's joining. Didn't see who was joining. It's good? Okay, good. Had an interesting day coming home yesterday. It was beautiful when we started in Calgary. Weather was beautiful, but Jess said there's a snowstorm coming in from the west. And sure enough, by the time we got home, holy smokes, I thought we'd have to chain up to get home. I spinning the tires on every hill, just planning the hills from the bottom and then slowly losing momentum as I was going to the top to keep myself from spinning. And pull over and knock the ice and snow off the windshield because it kept freezing on there. Yeah, it was slow going, but we made it. And then I dropped it off at the shop because I broke the truck again. The inverter for some reason isn't working, so dropped it off at the shop and I could not get moving again to disconnect the trailer, nothing. So I had to chain up. I only threw one set on, I didn't chain up all 4. Just one set. The front axle is always so much easier to chain up because the trailer isn't hanging over it so far, so that was easy to just throw one set of chains up onto it and then repark the trailer and then unhook it so that the chop can go look at the tractor and see what's wrong with the truck. I don't know why the inverter stopped working. And it's not a huge deal. I don't use the inverter for much except for one important thing that I use it for. And that's for my printer scanner, to send in my paperwork and to get my paperwork for customs. And guys that don't have a printer scanner in there have to keep stopping at fuel stations and faxing paperwork back and forth to dispatch, which is so annoying. So hopefully they can fix it. I think it's just a connection issue. There's probably a wire somewhere that's not connecting properly, because it just felt like it wasn't getting enough power. especially since it worked some of the time and some of the time it didn't. It's probably a connection issue. It might be in the inverter itself or power coming to the inverter. Yeah, things age, things break. But yeah, it was beautiful driving home yesterday. Heavy, heavy, heavy snow. Quite windy too. Especially for here in Penticton. We don't really get snowstorms. It wasn't just a snowfall, it was an actual snowstorm. Make my voice higher. Okay. I was wondering about that. Audio input. What if I just turn the game volume down a bit? Where's my mouse? Get out there. Because it's maxed, my microphone is maxed out on OBS. I could boost it, but it might get more staticky too. So I turned the game volume down. If that does not work for you, I'll turn it back up a bit and then boost the microphone a little bit, see if that's better. So let me know if that's better. If it's not better, I will try it the other way. And hopefully once we got it set up properly, I don't have to keep adjusting it. VRF is now playing Farm Sim 19. I'm still very silent. Okay, let's adjust. Go into now hopefully that doesn't pick up a bunch of static. Ah, you're just testing an Antel. Awesome. Putting in traffic on the main road, the main crossroads. Why horse and buggy? There's no horse and buggies in that area. Hey Fritz, how's it going? Got your iMac G3 up and running. There is some static, but not too bad. Plus you got 2 phones with a case, box, and 2 extra batteries for €5. That's right, you're collecting phones now. Kinda wish I had kept my old cell phones now so I could send them to you. Oh, just got a lot brighter out. I still don't like those switches, clicks. It's probably got to do with the lighting, but they've got to make that smoother. Maybe someone will make a mod. I know Oxygen David's new map, he says he's going to have edited textures to the fields and the weeds and stuff and make it more realistic looking. you do have cheap. You bought a bunch of cheap. 20 of them? And I got my webcam working again so you guys can see the winter outside. Found the tripod. Well, Jess found the tripod. Sure, Fritz, you can send a picture on Instagram. Absolutely, you can do that. Or even in Steam. Farmer Joe says, VRF, your silage is almost done. 92%. It's getting there. We gotta be over halfway done plowing this field, right? I need to get a bigger plow. But to do that I need a bigger tractor. To do that I need money. Yeah, multiplayer definitely is would have been better if we had played in a little bit easier mode. But we will start a new map as soon as Oxygen David's map comes out, I think, and give that a try and a little bit easier. PRF says he's going to join soon. And I don't know if I like the multiple farms, having so many farms. I like FS9 or 17 where we shared all the equipment and worked on the same farm. I really like that. I missed that part of it, so maybe if I start a new one there'll be 1 or 2 farms. Kind of make it a work on one or the other farm. Have one like a have a crop farm and a pasture farm. Maybe even could start a forestry farm if somebody wanted to do forestry. Or make that part of the crop farm, I don't know. I don't think I'll seed anything here until the other fields are harvested. Snowplow coming by. I heard it before I could see it. Just a small one. Of course, if we only run one farm, that means we have to buy more tractors and stuff too, so we can do multiple things at once. Hey Hedgehog, how's it going? I am either here or I am not. You can decide. To be or not to be? That is the question. Farmer Joe says to be. That's a long synchronization. I see some people walking by, enjoying the snow. I got offered a ride yesterday walking home from the truck. No thanks. I just sat all week. Well, not really. Don't mind walking. VRF, there should be. I don't see why I wouldn't be on tomorrow, same time. I have plans on doing a stream tomorrow again. Let's take a look at those other fields. Do they need to be weeded? Might be at the wrong angle. Why do I have such low frames per second? I don't know. I'm getting 40. F2. F2 if you have developer mode on. No weeds, 100% fertilized, growing, so I don't need to do anything with my fields. Yeah, I had very low frames per second the other day. Hedgehog, no. I don't... Have I? Let me think. Yeah, maybe I harvested field 14 once, but I haven't done much for harvesting. I think field 14, but I haven't done 14, 15 yet, and then 16 here. I'll just wait till 14, 15 are harvested. Run that combine, and then once I've harvested those, I'll plant all of these. Hey, a bunch of weeds just grew there, didn't they? Train! So if a bunch of weeds grew here, did they grow on my fields? Yep, over there a little bit. Oh, that's weird. Why did they load like that? There's weeds north of that line, but none south. That's weird. That is so strange. On field 17, 16, and 15. That seems like a bug. Almost like field 17 was supposed to get weeds, but it... Oh, Is more 15 weeded now? It's like it's just loading, slowly going up. It's still loading the weeds. Let's give it a few minutes and see. And then I'll have to... Yeah, it's... I guess they load the weeds slowly like that. I see what Oxford David says. That's a lot of weeds. In real life you wouldn't get that many weeds popping up. Yeah, it's an infestation, not just a couple of weeds, it's an infestation. So I guess they have them load the weeds slowly, that way it doesn't affect gameplay. It's not too much to load at once. That'd be my guess. Let's start doing this. So I'll wait till that's loaded all the way and then I'll have to weed my fields. So will a weeder work? Or does a weeder only work on weeds that are, or in crops that are first stage? Just use a herbicide? But a weeder would be cheaper because you're not using any liquid. No, weeder, you're not using anything. There it goes, loading more squares. Yeah, it must be so it loads like that so that it doesn't affect gameplay, and we probably don't notice it very often. We won't be right there where it's loading very often. Whoa, way too fast. Slow down, buddy. Slow down. No need for that kind of speed. I did say that a couple times yesterday. Man, with the roads being that slippery, people just have to pay attention. Twice I almost got run off the road. One time I thought I was going to T-bone the one guy because he was just a complete idiot. So one time we came to a passing lane, so I pulled over into the passing lane to slow him, or to pass him because he was going so slow, which is fine. I have no problem with people going slow. If you're slow, that's good. You're driving within your ability. Drive slow. And then he couldn't stay in his lane. He crossed halfway into my lane. I'm on the horn going, hello, I am here. You move over any further, I'll be in oncoming traffic, and I'm not doing that, so you're going to smash into the side of me. So get to your lane. If you can't stay in your lane, obviously you're going slow, but obviously you're not going slow enough if you can't stay in your lane. Maybe you should consider getting off the road altogether. I'm not driving in this kind of weather. And the other one was I was coming up to a green light, red light, whatever you want to call it. It's green for me, red for the other guy, but he saw a big rig coming and goes, oh, I got to get in front of the big rig. He was the cross traffic, so you can legally make a right-hand turn, right? So he floored it and made a right-hand turn and completely spun out sideways right in front of me, and I thought I was going into the side of him. I was going to slam that passenger door so hard. And he did have a passenger. I'm like, no! And he had enough sense in his head to floor it and get into the hammer lane before I hit him. He was completely out of control getting there, but he got there. And I went on the shoulder and just snuck past him. It's like, you are an idiot. Especially on slippery, icy roads. Why would you have to be in front of a semi? You really want to be on the front of a semi that bad? And not only that, it's a 4-lane highway, that section. In fact, all the way from there to Penticton is 4-lane highway. So the next hour of driving is 4-lane. So what if you're behind a semi and the semi happens to be slower than you? Just pass him. But no, aggressively in front of me and just about T-boned him. Man, that was close. I was hard on the brakes and there was no way I would have stopped in time. I was going through. When I say hard on brakes, I didn't have them pinned down. Because if I had pinned down, I would have jackknifed and hit all the red or the light posts and everything. I hit the brakes hard enough that I could see the trailers kind of sliding all over the place. It's like, nope, that's just can't go harder. Because any harder, I'll be the one crashing into the ditch upside down and rolling and worse. I want to keep the trailers in line with the truck. So I was on the brakes as hard as I could without jackknifing. So people just need to be patient. Slow down. I hear voices outside. I don't see anybody, but I hear voices. It's kind of breezy out there too. Something's wrong with your PC. Oh, I just completely froze. Weird. Hey, Ross Bossman is joining the server. Awesome. Well, frames per second is a computer thing, not a internet speed thing. Because frames per second is how fast your computer is loading the game. Your milliseconds lag is an internet thing. Yeah, it might be like a Windows update running in the background, because Windows 10 does sneaky things like that. We've had that more often than once, where it's like, why is nothing working right? Oh, it's downloading stuff in the background. Oh, synchronizing with Ross Bossman. Because right now on this map, like I was saying earlier, we got 4 maps, or 4 farms going on this map. I missed the days where we were all working on the same farm. I don't know, 1 or 2. Can't decide. Because if we have 1 farm, we could share grass and for cattle and sheep and everything too. And crops and stuff and bales. If we have 2 farms, that'd have to be separate. But and definitely easier economics. We'll have to go 1 level easier for multiplayer streaming. I don't know, this is the first map we've played, so we're learning. We are learning. I'm savage for running off little kids off the road. Oh yeah, frames per seconds are good again. You didn't do anything. Weird. See, it might just be something in the background loading, and now all of a sudden it's done downloading. It was not me that was running the kids off the road. They were trying to run me off the road. A little Mad Max there, where someone was trying to run the rig off the road. I'll go to 5. I'll go faster than that. I'll go to 5 for a little bit. What percentage is your silage? I wonder if the fields got all weeded up yet. Not quite. Okay, gotta wait a little longer. 96%? Yeah, start from scratch mode is really nice playing in single player, where you have to really take a long time to build stuff. But in multiplayer, just the gameplay seems too slow. So we'll do that differently the next map we play. And I won't have that rule of we have to buy every single field before we can move on to the next map. I regretted that rule in FS19. We'll switch over to the next map as soon as there's a new map that comes out that I want to play. And maybe even if we do that, I could go sell everything on my main farm and say that that's how much money I have on the new farm. Walker Farms is coming to FS19. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I guess it's Welker Farms. I always say Walker. Welker Farms. Is it Walker? Welker. That's going to be a big open field. There you definitely want big buds running on that field. It just wouldn't be right not having big buds running on that field. Or on that farm. I don't want to burn off all of daylight either, VRF. At night I don't mind going a little faster, but during the day let's actually enjoy the daylight. It shouldn't take super long. You're probably at 98% now. Haha. Calm down and do a contracting job. Ross Bossman, normally you're the one telling me to speed up time. Oh wait, that's always at night though. You always tell me to speed up at night. And honestly, I don't see a problem with that. Even though I don't like doing it, because in reality we'd all be sleeping at night. Oop, bit of lag there. I know Farmer Joe hates nights too, so maybe I will fast forward more nights. Because it is realistic sleeping through them. I guess we could buy a house and all go into the house and sleep the night. I don't know how that would work for multiplayer. Keep calm and farm on. There you go. Cleared out the swearing. Thanks, Ross Bossman. Now that's strange that your internet lag is that big. VRF, what is yours? Especially since Ross Bossman, you're on the same continent as we are. You're on the same side of the earth. VRF is on the other side of the earth. See, you guys have similar leg issues, and one of you's on the other side of the earth. You know what? I don't even know how you have the patience to play on our stream, VRF, with lag like that. I wouldn't. I would not have the patience. You know what? That is true. Um, I don't join other people's streams for the farming either. It's just to chat and have fun. But if it's not really playable at 200 milliseconds, you really can't play much, can you? There you go. Your bunker's ready. And it's opening like instantly. So now you're at 50 milliseconds. I did speed up time. During that time, I sped up time. Does that make it harder for... There has to be more info being downloaded and uploaded? Okay, I'm going to speed up again for a little bit. I don't know if it's got anything to do with that, but it might just be coincidence. So I sped it up there for a little bit. Don't know if your milliseconds went back way up or not, and then it slowed right back down again. Fiat tractor and a tiny fertilizer spreader. Yeah. 15 kilometers per hour? Is that can only go to 15? Well, that's another question I have. I'm playing at kilometers per hour. Do your games show up as kilometers or miles per hour? Like, do your personal settings rule my settings, or are these the farm settings? You're at miles per hour. Okay, so it's your personal settings. So. Yeah, I guess there's only the one country that'll switch over to miles per hour instead of kilometers per hour. What is Farmer Joe doing? I have no idea. Buying, selling grain? Selling grain. I'll finish plowing this field. By that time oh no. My canola just started blooming. I better get on killing those weeds. Ross Bossman, I wouldn't mind changing the name. But you don't join on every stream, so I want that farm to be available to anyone that joins. And VRF is on almost every single stream. That's why I gave him his own farm. Although we talked about that, I don't know if I'm going to do multiple farms on the next farm we do, because I love the idea of everybody working on the same farm, or at least on the same 2 farms. I enjoyed that more in FS19. Everybody means you have to buy more tractors, but that's about the only difference. Because that way I could be plowing this field while the next person is starting to seed the same field, or somebody could be harvesting the field while somebody starts cultivating the field and the third person starts seeding the field. You could do stuff like that and have everybody on the same map, because now I rarely see you guys. It's like, oh, there comes Farmer Joe's there in the background with her tractor and trailer. Like that, we rarely see another farmer on in the game. And if we played on one farm, we might actually see each other. But I'm gonna wait to start a new stream until Oxygen David's new map comes out. New map. Oxygen David's new map comes out, not new stream. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I shouldn't go this way. Did you borrow? I'm confused by VRF's comments, but Oxygen David map. Oxygen David's map making time is coming to an end? Why would you say that? Because he's got a new map that got he's already given to Giants. Giants just has to approve it now, so there's a new map coming out. Oh, did you borrow a harvester? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, probably fuel for the harvester you're burning. Or just fuel it up again when you're done. He put stuff around his map that are mean? What do you mean? I don't follow. I haven't played a lot of Oxygen David maps, but some of them I really enjoyed. Oh, you mean like little Easter eggs that are racist type of thing? Huh, I had not noticed that. Okay, perfect. I am going to try to kill weeds. Yeah, that's definitely a problem. Do I have narrow tires? I don't have narrow tires on. I need to put narrow tires on. Whew, glad I looked at that first. I thought I parked the tractor close enough. Customize. There we go. It's going to be hard to see which weeds I get and which I don't. But I'll just do the best I can and not worry about, hopefully I don't overspray too much. And if I don't get all the weeds, like I'm not getting on the edge there, it's not the end of the world either, but at least I'll get the majority of them. Ross Bossman is back. This will mean a higher return. Although the spray you spend into killing the weeds does, I guess it'd be cheaper to buy the spray and kill the weeds than to harvest it later and have less crop come out later, so a lower yield. Look about right. Okay, aim for the other side of the map. Hope I'm not missing too much. If I'm missing a bit, that's okay. Oh, awesome. So you guys have gone out snowmobiling quite a bit? Oh, I'm missing lots. Oh well. It's better than not wheat or not spraying at all. Better than not spraying at all. Still missing. I guess I'm not as wide as I thought I was. There we go. Keep an eye on the corner where I came out. Okay, right about there. once again I'm not overlapping. This is more complicated than I thought. I guess if I went actually along the rows instead of at an angle, it'd be easier to line it up. Just follow the rows straight, line it up at the end, and then you'd be good. Ross Bossman's on field 18, Farmer Joe and VRF are on field 21. Eight, not 18. you can't back the header back in there? Oh, without destroying the field. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. It'd be really hard to, because the crop is there. Easy enough to back it in when there's no crop, but when there's a crop, park it on the side. Can you back it in from this end over there? Okay. I mustn't call that good. Majority of it is de-weeded. Who owns the train here? Everyone? I think everybody can jump into it. You can't map to it, but you can jump into it if you stand right beside the rail and woo! Airtime. So getting to close to other players lags it out more, because I guess, yeah, the game has to load and download more information. That makes sense. Just takes a lot to load. She requires the extra energy. She drains your energy. When you get near Jess, she just drains all the energy from you.
That is not a funny joke.
Is that not a funny joke? No? Let's finish this contract. It looks like the roads are starting to melt a bit. The lanes are getting browner. Sand is starting to do its job. Roads are probably a little less slippery now. Here. I bet you the plow still does crazy things if I lift it here, doesn't it? I remember this plow being quite bugged up. Yep. Yeah, look at that. So the physics of this plow are not right. It's cheaper to buy a skid steer with all the attachment than a single forklift. Then why would you buy a forklift? That doesn't seem right. Oh, the plow is still messed up. Yeah, field 15 is looking colorful on the map because I did a great job of killing weeds on that, and part of it needs to be lime added, and my fields are a little messy looking. What? Your tractor doesn't have a PTO? I guess that's, yeah, you have to think about that. Some equipment would need a PTO, so it just has a 3-point hitch but no PTO. Join your farm, sure. To the community farm. Yes. I want to go to the community farm. Oh, I have to actually exit. Whoa! It does have a PTO. I see a PTO. Silver thing hanging out the back. They've drawn in a PTO. Try filling the... What? Yeah, Jess was having a problem with cedars last time too. It won't fill... Oh, it's filling fertilizer, but it won't fill seed? So the fertilizer filled. Oh, it's filling right now. It's filling. There's definitely a bug there. Yeah, it's full now. It won't... I can't get it to finish filling fertilizer. It did it for a bit, but I won't... Weird. That's a cool little tractor. I've never bought this tractor. Oh, now it's filling it. Yep, it's filling. It did it for a second while you were driving by. Okay, it's full. Okay, fertilizer and seed is full. That seeder has a serious issue with where its loading zones are on it. Another FS19 bug. It's like you need to team fill it just so that you can find where that spot is where it's going to fill from. But it's loaded now. That is bizarre. So can this little tractor actually haul that huge seeder? And can that little tractor haul this huge plow? That's even a more important question. I like the pressure gauge on there. Tractor's 175 horsepower, not bad. Deceiving little engine that could, huh? Okay, back to my farm. Oh, not my farm, my contract. Okay, now the plow's moving right. The physics of it seem correct now this time? What? Plow seems to be fixed now. There's definitely... If it acted like this all the time, I'd be happy with it. Ah, you're gonna play tennis with your mom. Man, I haven't played tennis in a long time. I always enjoyed badminton more than tennis. I think tennis is more of a real sport compared to badminton, but... No one by field 8. Oh, you're doing a mission on it. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Or you're buying it. You want to buy field 8. What is field 8? That's a huge field. But I don't have a problem with that. I don't think we'll be on this map by the time he has enough money to buy that field. But we shall see. Yeah, VRF just got it there. Yeah, no you won't. There goes the plow funky again. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing, silly plow? I'll just leave it down again once it's working. If it works correctly now. It's still being silly. There we go, come on. Line up behind the tractor. Like physics should make you line up behind the tractor, so go do it. I doubt that, VRF. Dude. Well, you know what? Honestly, we all swear. We all use God's name in vain. Something that happens, just try not to. Can't line up tractor because, oh, yeah, there's so much lag that you can't drive down the field straight. That's one of the reasons I'm gonna not even bother with a GPS mod. I don't think VRF is whining. Whoa, 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 plow, what are you doing? Whoa, major malfunction. It's locked up. There we go. Oh, straighten it out. Straight. Oh, okay, come on, come on. Straighten that thing plow out. I'd say evening VRF. Ross Bossman, there should be a stream tomorrow. Today evening? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know for sure, but I would like to. And Ross Bossman, if you think VRF is whining, I think that's just you, because I don't get that feeling from VRF. He joins us on every single stream and has never had any kind of problems, so. Yeah. VRF, you gotta go. Yeah, I guess that's a problem, Ross Bossman. On when you chat online like this, you really don't know what the other person's attitude is between joking and seriousness or stuff like that. So yeah, it's easy to miscommunicate. I completely understand that. Yeah, VRF. I'll try to be on Steam tonight. So when you wake up, hopefully I see you come online or something like that. And if you're around, I'll definitely try to get a stream in if I'm still awake. All right, see ya. Don't worry about getting up early. I might stay up late too. Who knows, right? So, but whenever you do get up, I'll try to leave Steam open in the background. I might be away, or it might even be offline or whatever. But drop me a message so when I do come online and check. Oh, there comes Ross Bossman across the field. Little plow compared to my plow, but still much better. Well, actually that plow is much bigger than my plow. This is just a contract plow. Look at my rear view mirror, Ross Bossman disappearing. Oh, it's hard to drive when you're facing the wrong way. Do you put duals on the back of that little Fiat, or wasn't paying enough attention? From far away I all of a sudden saw that. Whoa. That is a cool little tractor. You bought two. Come on, plow. You. Oh. This plow needs to be fixed. The bug in this plow is really irritating. Yeah, like I said, Ross Bossman, multiplayer, playing from scratch, the economics are a little too hard. It's hard to buy any equipment, buying more fields, getting anywhere in the farm, but in single player I enjoy that hard gameplay, but for live streams it is a little more boring, so but we're learning. Next map we play, we won't start from scratch. We'll have a little bit more money. We won't go easiest. We'll just go one. Oh, you can't pick easiest in multiplayer. Oh yeah, you could. Yeah. I don't think we could do that when we started this map, but that's the new. You have those options in the new. Yeah. Economics. Okay. Okay, I did. I switched it to normal. Okay. Instead of hard, it's normal. So next time we sell something, it'll be worth a little bit more. So, thanks, Ross Bossman. That's helpful. Look at that rear wheel on the plow. It's all messed up. Yeah, this plow had never any issues in FS19. They must have just moved it over and haven't corrected the little bugs it caused from moving it from 17 to 19. See, even with me leaving the plow down, it's doing silly. It seems like the front half of the plow is acting just right, the physics part of it. It's the rear half, that swivel. The physics of that swivel are just not behaving. It's not following properly. The physics of it are just not right. Well, honestly, the front part of the plow is pulling to the side too much as well, but maybe that's because the back one is pulling to the side so much. VRF is gone already? Yeah. Okay, I couldn't remember if he left or not. I do think it's plowing wider than it should. I lifted it there, and then it almost started. See, look how that back just kind of swivels around funny. But I should end this stream pretty soon. It's past 10 o'clock here. Gotta get my work in order. I know on the weekends when I'm home I still do work. I mean, I don't have to. I could save it for when I'm actually working, but that would take time out of my day, and that equals money. So I don't mind doing my paperwork on the weekend at home. So this time the plow is almost going too narrow. Look, the wheel is like pulling the plow in. Yeah, I've got issues with this plow. Without the truckers, U.S. population would die. Well, first you need the trucker to transport the trees to the lumber mill. And then you need the trucker to take the lumber and move it to a factory. And then you need a trucker to take the finished cabinets from the factory to a warehouse. And then you need a trucker to take the product from a warehouse to a store. And then you need a trucker to transport the products to make the glue, the product to, there's so many things. As far as farming, you need a trucker to transport the grain from the farm, or from the field to the farm, and you need a trucker to transport the grain from the farm to a warehouse. And then you need a trucker to transport the grain from a warehouse to a grain elevator. Train takes it to somewhere. And then you need a trucker to take it from that grain elevator to a different warehouse. You need a trucker to take that grain from that warehouse to a factory, a bread place, a bakery. And then you need a trucker that takes the bread from the bakery to a warehouse. And then from that warehouse, a trucker has to transport it to individual stores. And every single middleman needs to make money. Every trucker needs to make money. And that's why a loaf of bread is the price it is. So the farmer, the warehouses, the grain elevators, the train operators, that everybody wants to make a little money. What's your problem? The seeder doesn't let you unload the seed, just that one seeder, right? I know I have the other seeder that does let you unload seed. Yes, this game definitely has inconsistencies. It's getting better. A lot of the things that the game started with has been fixed, but there's still problems. So yeah. And that's just cabinets and bread. Well, even that's more complicated than that. Cabinets, where does the glue come from? Where does the nails, the handles, the oh, look at that back tire. It's really messed up. Bread, where does the plastic come from the bread? Where does the plastic get the logos printed on? Come on! I can't even plow like this. I'm gonna have to call it a day because I'm having issues with this plow. But yeah, without a trucker working on Christmas Day, your local grocery store wouldn't have food. Your local big retailer wouldn't have TVs to be on sale for Boxing Day. So somebody had to drive Christmas night, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, had to work all those days so that you guys can go buy stuff in the store. And like I transport lumber. You won't have a house without the lumber coming to your local hardware store. Everything, every last little thing in our house requires a trucker. What if you planted your own garden in your backyard? Where did you buy the seeds? Where did you buy the fertilizer? Where'd you get the water from? Because even your water, somebody's got to build, or somebody's got to truck the metals in to build a water tower. Someone's got to truck in the generators. Everything requires a truck to a certain extent. But anyway, I should call into this stream because this plow is going to drive me nuts. So I'm going to hit save. Just make sure. Where's Ross Bossman and Farmer Joe? Ross Bossman is making field 10 much bigger. Cool. I'm gonna take a quick look at that. That looks like it's worthy of visit. I know. I get distracted easy. Hey, there's actually a little bit of sunshine on the mountains in the background. Am I still running the right way? I am. Okay. That's kind of cool. A cliff over there like that. There's Ross Bossman. Running right towards him. Oh, okay, so you're turning that uphill cliff part into a field. It's a nice, fairly smooth transition. It's a little bit of a kink there. Yeah, that works out pretty well. That should be a nice big field. Can you put lime on after you seed? I like that little tractor. Oh, that's interesting. I never noticed that before, where the front differential is, way to the side. So you got a drive shaft coming in from the side of the transmission on the back, and the drive shaft is to the side of the tractor. That is unique. I guess that would be probably an add-on after that. That's something that you could take your existing model of just a rear-wheel drive tractor and quite easily add to the side of your transmission and make it a four-wheel drive. Why not make it cheap and easy and less complicated? Cool. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We will see you guys maybe later today. Pretty sure tomorrow morning. You guys have a great weekend.